tonight. It's the very first one for 2011, and we're doing Coonawarra Cabernet. So there's been a lot of Cabernet here tonight, but I thought I'd quickly just point out a few of the wines. The Rymel 98, which I personally felt had possibly gone over its peak in terms of drinking. Everything about it was, the volume was turned down. And I think 2 years ago it would have been absolutely magnificent. I think it's at that point where it's really softening and tiring. Then the next one from Coonawarra, oh god no, that was a Gimlet Gravels that somebody threw in just as a side wine that we're not going to talk about. The next one was the Pepper Tree Reserve Coonawarra Cabernet, and I was amazed by the value in this wine. This is $54, impeccable quality, the 2004. I think it's drinking perfectly right now. I hate to market other people's retail establishments, but this is available in the supermarkets in Singapore, and I think it's an amazing wine. The next thing, the Magella Cabernet, which I came close to the third wine of the night, but not quite. It certainly won the best value of the night. This is the 2008. It did incredibly well. I've been looking at this for the last year or two, and its evolution has been amazing. It's definitely got to that stage where it's gathering in maturity and majesty, and it really is tasting well. Next, the Zima Coonawarra Cabernet 04. It was okay. Nothing much more I could say about it. It was to be classic Coonawarra Cabernet. It's to be what you expect from Zima. There was nothing that went the extra yard. The Killer Canoe, the Killerman's Run Cabernet, definitely outstripped its value at $32. It did really, really well. A comment was made by somebody at the table tonight that there were other bottles that they've had in the past that haven't been so successful. But that one did really well. This one disappointed me tonight, and we've sold a lot of this wine. This is the Musician, the 2009. This got 91 points from Wine Advocate and has made a lot of noise, and I have to say it wasn't worth the noise tonight. Maybe just the odd bottle, but it hasn't done what the 08s have done for Magella for me. Then next, Jacob's Creek Reserve Cabernet, 09. Unfortunately, not ready to drink, maybe not ever ready to drink. It was nothing that particularly exceptional about it. Then the Tapanapa, I was really excited about this. I haven't tasted this wine before. This is Brian Crose's private label from Rat and Bully, which is just north of Coonawarra. Amazing wine. It's also a wine which you can buy and lie down with absolute confidence of its medium-term cellaring. This wine has got a lot of time in it. Drinking well now. It doesn't need, but will benefit from that extra 5 years. Really good wine and very good value. I think we're doing this round about mid-60s on the database. Next, Leakenfield. This is one of Singapore's biggest disasters in terms of Coonawarra Cabernet right now for me. I've had 3 vintages in a row that I've looked at, and each have been equally dismal. This is available in the supermarkets at about the same price as, say, this one, the Pepper Tree, and I would far rather pay money for the Pepper Tree than I would for this. This wine seriously just disappoints. I don't really have much else to say.
Oliver hates that.
If I was giving it 100 out of 100 points, I'd give it 82 or something. You know, it really was just not. And it's in its consistency, it's lousy. It's never really done anything for the last few years. Then the top 3 wines. Let's start with the lesser one. Parker Estate. This is the Tarawara First Growth, 1998. The thing about Parker Estate as a winery worries me because of its fluctuation in quality, vintage on vintage. This wine was good, a good representation of the winery, not the best representation that we've had. And that's always a little bit of a risk when it comes to buying this wine. But good value if you can get it at sub 70. Then next, the Reshki. I think this wine, whilst it's not that well known, has an amazing future. This made history when it was released in about 2004, 2005. It's been the most expensive Cabernet in Australia at 120 Oz. It's for sale at Wine Exchange Asia, somewhere between $75 and $80, depending on who you're having dinner with. But this wine is incredible. In fact, it's been rated twice by James Halliday. It was given a 93-point rating and then a subsequent 96-point rating. It's magnificent. It's great now, but it's also something that you can put down for 2 to 3 years without any difficulty. And then somebody brought a ring in, and I'm really glad they did. It's the Darrenberg Coppermine Road 01. This is from McLaren Vale. This has been a wine that's had its ups and downs in terms of cellaring, but it's really coming on well. I've tasted this half a dozen to a dozen times in the last 5 years. This is the best bottle I've ever had. So fantastic. End of the day, brown bag night, very successful. Very interesting that the wine that actually won the most votes for the night didn't come from Coonawarra. So at the end of the day, don't worry too much what the wine critics say. If you like it, just drink it. No.